Hi guys, this is video number 5. Last time we talked about the video number 4, which basically says one thing, that how the home insurance market can learn something, a page or two from the health insurance, specifically from Obamacare. Obamacare is basically the two things. Number one, to get rid of the separate high-risk pool. Remember before the 2014, there was 35 states that all have separate high risk people with pre-existing conditions, and they put them in the high risk. They basically fund them by the premiums, by state subsidies, and also by the other health insurance that can cover the normal people, right? So those are three sources of resources, the money. So this is the first change that Obamacare made, meaning that to get rid of the separate high-risk pool and put everybody in the same pool. That's one thing. Number two, it does it to expand this high-risk, single risk pools. Whether it's a higher or low risk, it doesn't matter. Everybody put in together. So those are the two things that are major changes that put Obamacare as a milestone, as a landmark reform. So basically, this video 5, is basically talking about do the same thing as Obamacare did to the health insurance. You can, don't basically stop dropping policies from your risk pool and stop cancel the policies, because you can do three things to keep them. Number one, you can charge a higher premium because their risk is higher. So you can charge, it's justified. You can discriminate it based on that. You can say, we'd have to charge you a higher risk because given your fire risk, given your hurricane risk, right? That's one thing. The second thing is that you can ask for higher deductible. Basically means that the first $1,000, the first $5,000 of your loss, you're covered by yourself, not by the policy. That's what a deductible means. Number three, you can reduce coverage limit. For example, if it's a low risk home, you can cover like up to $3 million for loss. But for the high risk, you probably just go 1 million or 500,000. It doesn't matter. The key thing is that to do those things, but don't drop them. If you drop them, you're putting them into a fair plan, which is considered uninsurable. That's a big problem. Let's do the math to think about why that is a bad idea to drop policy altogether. Okay, the first thing that is to think about what are the criteria that a insurance company use to drop policies. It could be like they are close to surrounded by trees or forest. They have a dense vegetation surrounding the house, or they have a roof that is a wood shingles, or they have a walls that's like a wooden walls. Those kind of things. Or they sometimes consider how far away they are from the fire station. Those kind of things. If you put all those factors together, then we may ask ourselves, how many homes in California, for example? Let's just think about California, right? How many homes in California are considered high risk? The number I found out online is that 1.4 million. We're talking about the numbers back from 2021. A little bit dated, but it's still something for reference, right? So we're talking about 1.4 million homes are considered to be high risk. How many how many homes in California altogether? 14 million homes. So if you divided 1.4 million by 14.5 million, the total number of homes in California, you come up to be almost 10%, 9.655 or something like that, close to that. So what does that mean? To say that 10% of the home in California is considered uninsurable, considered to be high risk. Well, we do the math. The latest number shows that in April 2024, this year, the median home price is $900,000. Okay, $900,000 means that the median means that 50% is higher, 50% is lower. So, but they use that artificial cut point with $900,000 per home. Okay, so the median home is more representative than average house value, because average you could have, like, for example, if you the a millionaire living in Oakland, that shoot up the entire housing market value just for one single home. So medians is less sensitive to extreme values. So let's think about this: $900,000 per home, and multiply by $1.4 million, 1.4 million homes. So if you do the math, the result would be like $1.26 trillion. Remember, the home is the most valuable asset for most family. So if you think about how much value that will mean to real estate market, we're talking about $1.26 trillion. And then now, if you multiply by 12%, remember I said that if a home is uninsurable, the value will go down by 12%. Then, if you multiply $1.26 trillion by 12%, the result is $151 billion. It's a huge number of money. So basically, this says that insurance company are doing Californians a big favor. They're doing the state a big favor. They're doing everybody in the state a big favor, because by not putting people in the fair plan considered to be uninsurable, everybody will be better off. The tax money will have more money for tax revenue, and then we'll have a better school, we'll have a better cops, everything is better. So that's the reason that we want to do that. The number one step that for the home insurance revolution is to keep the policy, don't drop them. So we'll talk more about the other three steps so far today.